Hello guys, welcome back to another Ironsight map guides video, where today we're going to be taking a look at the map Airport. Probably one of the better maps in Ironsight, and if I recall correctly was, or maybe still is, the most played map in Ironsight competitive, or at least when there was competitive back in the Area Games version. See, the thing about this map is that it has a nice balance of indoor and outdoor areas. But I'll be sure to talk more about that because starting here at the Eden spawn, basically this is an airport. So over there to the right you got the terminals, over there to the middle you got downed plane, and to the left of me is where the outermost portion is. So we're going to be talking about the outermost portion first. The sight lines, timings, where the point is, whatever. Then we'll move on to the mid, and then inside of the terminal. So, like I said, spawning from the Eden area, you have really two ways to get to the outermost portion. And as you can see, if you go diagonal from where my where the triangle is spawning, the yellow triangle, you'll go over there. If you want to decide to flank around, you go there. But let's say we want to go to the leftmost area. So the main point of contention is right here, this sideline right here. Timings are going to be around the same, so as soon as you get around here, the enemy will do the same. He or she might be able to fight here, but that's what you gotta know. Alternatively, you could go through this little hole right here. You could try to fight your way over here, or maybe even push up, kill anybody there. And for the sake of nade lineups, you might want to do something like this. Bounce it off, either there or there, and it'll land. Like, look at that. It'll land perfectly right here. It'll definitely not need two smokes like I did, but that's one way you could cover your advance onto the point. If you want to molly the point, or if you know there's somebody there, you could just do this. Through that window. Oh, okay. That did not work out as I wanted it. Okay, so through the window, and it'll land on the point. Or at the very least, close to the point, which will be right here. So, you'll have adequate protection once you get onto the point. You could prone down like so. You can off-angle it like so. You don't really have much room to work, because this is a rather small site, and you can get shot from different angles, so upon approaching the site, you could do something like so. You can hold this angle, you could prone, you could possibly do something like this, get a neat little headshot angle going, or maybe even push up like so. And like I said, the reason why you should be taking a more forward position is because of the nature of this point. So try to be aggressive, try to be in their faces, but don't overextend too far, because the enemy spawn will be inside that little area, or maybe over there. So be smart about it. Alternatively, if you're like me and you want to flank, give me just a second. Man, Ironsight devs, you really gotta, there really has to be an option to enable infinite grenades or something like that, a training mode. But yeah, this is the area that other people would want to do if they want to cover their teammates like so, maybe even get the flank on. That's one way you could do it. One way you could prevent people from pushing is throw molly down there, run over here, and then boom, you have this neat angle right here, this sight line you could basically abuse people from. Throw a molly there, focus fire where I'm aiming, and then boom, you have this entire map session locked down. And you didn't even have to use your smokes. So, even when your mollies run out, you can just pop your smokes there. You can push up over here. But yes, in terms of the NAF side of things, say that you get the spawn, right? And this is where the NAF is going to spawn. Sometimes they spawn over there, but majority of the times they're going to spawn over here. It's going to be the same premise as the Eden spawn. You got two areas. This area leads to the point directly, and this point right here leads to mid. So if I were to go and want to try to contest mid, I'll talk about this more about this when I talk about the midpoint. But you can do something like this. You have a nade lineup, which, you know, obviously does not suck. But you're supposed to run and throw it. It lands over here or so, and you'll be able to take over there, over here without too much trouble. So, alternatively, you can do something like this. You can bounce that over the sign right there, push up. Maybe sit here while your teammates take the points, or you could even just like jump over here, bait people into aiming, and then go over here to the hole, or do something like that. It's jump, peek, then boom, they're all dead. But generally, you guys and your team are going to be coming from here. So one way to take the point is throw a really simple smoke like so. Get onto the point and then boom. Maybe even sit over here. But generally, I haven't really found any lineups per se, apart from the ones that I just mentioned for this area. But on top of that, you got to be careful about striker drones, blade drones, and other offensive drones, because this is really the only area you're going to be in danger from those types. Because the other areas, like hell, even the midpoint and the terminal doors, it's going to be well covered, and there aren't really going to be many dangers for you to come across. So on to the next point. Let's talk about the midpoint, which is basically a mirrored engagement at this point. So say that you spawn over in the NAF side, you throw the nades as I taught you guys how to, and you just run forward. This right here, this area right here is where the contact points are going to be and where the timing is going to be. So you're going to have to possibly have your gun out, possibly be ready to dodge nades. So if you wanted to take a full frontal assault, you'd go like so, peek around these areas, maybe even go around these boxes, or if you want to be passive, you could just sit right here, wait for him to push you. Have this neat little head glitch right here. And the point's going to be right here, so I recommend not only having grenades to mask your approach, but have the blast protection perk, because I can assure you there's going to be lots of crawlers coming out, explosive knives coming out, incendiaries, so you don't want to be in the crossfire of all that. Another way you could possibly help your teammates is going this way. Much like taking this point, you could go right here and just immediately peek, immediately take that gun duel, but you got to be also careful of people coming from this this baggage area, because I've seen and played against a couple of people who immediately go for this left side and just aim down, just wait for you to push, or just sit right here like so. So you're gonna have to eliminate that that possibility. Once you do, you can, like I said, flick your way over to here, and there you go, your teammates have the point and aren't really, you know, in danger from this area. However, though, the cockpit of this broken down plane is a danger. Luckily for you, this particular angle is easy to smoke out. So let me just blow up. Hello? Crawler? Okay, there we go. Let me just blow up and show you guys why. Because say that we took the entire point, blah blah blah, you can toss a nade right here, and because of that, it'll cover this entire area. And if I were over here, I wouldn't want to push because, you know, who would want to even push that? Even with a grenade launcher, who would want to push that? On top of that, you could do something like that. You can bank it off the doorway. You could push forward a little bit. And this right here, this cockpit position, honestly is one of the most powerful positions on this map. Regardless if you're on this point or this point, which I'll talk about in a second right here, you can basically dictate the fight for both points. You can toss down another molly. You can jiggle it like so. People are spawning over there. You can just head glitch. You could do something like that. Push through the smoke. You could sit right here. Could be really annoying for anybody spawning up. So that is my suggestion. Try to take this cockpit position and play around the nose of the plane so you won't have anybody flanking you or whatever. Another thing you could do is possibly sit here, or possibly if you and your team have all this, you could go up here. You could head glitch those too, and possibly wait for anybody trying to push this front plane position. Now, if I were the Eden side of things, it'd be a little bit more difficult to actually secure the point than actually taking it, because taking it all requires you to jump down here, throw a couple nades here, and then hug this rightmost wall until you take an engagement right here if you want to do something right here. Alternatively, the thing that I mentioned before, you go to this baggage area, you go through this hole, you pre-aim this, then boom, free angles. Or if you really want to cause some chaos, you hold this, kill a couple people, push up, maybe even prone down right here like so, and then there you go, you got this backmost position of the plane while your entire team has the front and the point itself. So that is one way you could play it. Then again, you could go right here. You could try to creep your way over here. Then there you go. And those are all the particular ways you could take this middle point. So let's talk about the last and final point, which is in the terminal. Spawning from Eden, you go all the way to the right, and you got two options here. You can go through the baggage like thing right here. You can prone down, not really take any engagements. This is the slower but safer option, but you gotta really be careful. This is not an entirely safe position. Once you get here, you can just bully people. You could hide behind this, because the point is going to be right here where I'm shooting. So one way you could help your teammates secure it is play from here. Alternatively, you could go through this luggage thing and go all the way over there, flank them. But the main point of contention, oh my god, is through right here. You're gonna have to possibly throw a smoke right here or smoke right here, which will cover your advance, because if you push like so, you're more than likely gonna be pushed and peeked by a sniper or a DMR player, or just bullheadedly pushed by a million SNG players. So you got to be careful about that. Another thing is, like I said, take control of this very powerful cockpit position. You could just jiggle it right here. You could toss a I don't know, spring mine or claymore right here. You could toss a smoke right here and focus your fire over there where they're more likely gonna spawn. Or you could be a little bit aggressive but still passive, jiggling right here. I wouldn't recommend like sitting right here, because even though it seems tempting to get in their faces and whatnot, you're more than likely gonna lose the battles, and there aren't really any off angles that you could do. This seems like you might be able to get on top of it, but no. So this is as far as I recommend you go if you are not gonna take that baggage area right here. Just sit right here, prone down, crouch down, what have you. Now on the NAF side of things, if you are unlucky enough to get the spawn, it's honestly tougher on this side to get to the point, because you have I don't know. I've always had personally a tougher time taking the point than I had on the Eden side of things. So like I said, you can't really jump on these. You can jump on this, but this is overly exposed due to this angle right there. The cashier area right there. You can get peek from there, there. Just a million angles, so you do not want to be behind here. So like I said, throw a smoke down there, smoke and molly there, molly there. You can bank the molly off of that, and it'll go behind this. Same thing through here. Boom, it'll go here. And like I said, the final thing you want to do is take control of this cockpit position, because once your team does, then like I said, you could jiggle it. If you are more of a tactical drone type of person, you could put a Hydra here. You could put a storm shield here or here. Hell, maybe even put a storm shield here, and you could just jiggle around it or whatever. In terms of off angles, you could just sit here. You honestly, if you're the NAF side, you have more opportunities to just camp and be, you know, an off angle god, because look at this. You could just crouch and it'll give you a free heady angle right here. Oh, even if you manage to get over here, this is even better too. See, like you can watch anybody crawling from there. You can sit here. And another thing to note is, even though I said that striker drones and blade drones aren't really that useful on this map, or at least in this inside area, you could do something like this. It's very deliberate. The Ironsight devs have made it so. But look at this. You can easily do something like this. Boom. Take the point. You could do something like this, but you gotta angle it properly. Same goes for here. You gotta angle it properly. And there you go. And as soon as the striker drone becomes available, I could show you guys how to properly use it on this map. Which, oh my god, it's taking forever. Oh my god. But yeah, honestly, like I said, there are many ways you could go about taking the secure points on this map. It's very easy. More of an assault rifle / sniper heavy map. It's only recommended, at least from what I say, or from what I've experienced, only recommended for you to use SMGs if you're in this midmost position right here, or if you're trying to take the rightmost point. And like I said, here we go. If you want to use the striker drone, you just slam it. One right there, one right there, one right there, or so. If you want to just bomb the hell out of the point for this one, you do boom, boom, and then right there. Or if you want to do it for this terminal right here, you do boom, 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 and there you go. Let's see. It won't be as effective, like I said, on the outer positions, and there you go. The splash damage will do all the work, so that's basically all I have for you guys in terms of airport. Hope you guys have enjoyed all the tips, timings, off angles I've provided to you guys. Hope you guys have learned something. Let me know down in the comments if you have. Feel free to share with your friends who also play Ironsight. Hopefully they'll learn something out of that as well. And yeah. Hope you guys have enjoyed, and more videos to come. Alright guys. See you guys next time.